He gonna act a fool.
Hello, everybody, again. This is Elizabeth with the Downtown Natchez Alliance. We are on the campaign trail following our candidates for political office in the Natchez Pet Mayor election. We are here at the beautiful Wardos, right on the bluff of the Mississippi River, with a feline candidate, Roni. I'll let Miss Kathy share some of that, but we have both Miss Kathy Greening and one of my favorite people in town once I learned what he cooks for a living, Chef Nine, making that famous Junkin sandwich that you can get at Wardos. Absolutely delicious. So, Miss Kathy, would you share with us a little bit about Roni, please?
Roni was one of 5 siblings that one day we had a terrible storm, heavy rainfall come through, and a customer and his wife walked out the front door, and there were 5 kittens in the drain out there in the ditch.
That you have to
in
walk
the water,
over.
Yeah, that you have to walk over. And he saved all of them out of the ditch. And 2 of them kind of disappeared for a little bit, and we caught 3 of them. And this was one of them and his twin brother, Pepper. And so we got them dried off really good. And it took me a while, weeks, before I kind of got them. They were feral, but I got them pretty much tamed or whatever. And we lost a black one, a black and white one, and a gray one. We're not sure what happened to them, but we ended up with this one and his twin brother, Pepper. And, of course, the girls here that work here, he's not going to be, he's going to have to get down for a minute.
He's got to get back to that campaign trail.
Anyway, he and his brother, the girls named them Pepper and Roni, even though we don't serve pizza. And
it worked,
yeah,
right?
my sister Margaret wanted to name them Poe and Boy, but the girls won over, and so they are Pepper and Roni, and they have been here ever since. Almost a year old.
NatchezPetMayor.com on their sign, and even on this sweet little poster we want to show in just a minute, it's the 2 of them.
The 2 of them.
And most people know, and even if they didn't know the name of the restaurant, they're like, oh, that's that po' boy place, but that's the cat's from. Like, they knew Pepper and Roni. I ran into a couple of those
They've been
lately.
here almost a year, and they're almost a year old. Probably pretty close to being a year old. And both of them have been very social. Unfortunately, sometimes if you're out here eating, they like to come right on up to you and jump up on your table or jump in your lap or what have you. And a lot of people have given them scraps and stuff. But
that's what I wanted to ask. What's one of their favorite menu items here?
The ham and the turkey.
Really?
Turkey.
The
They really like the
turkey.
turkey. Yeah.
So now we do not have Pepper. I understand that Pepper crossed the Rainbow Bridge.
Yes,
last
weekend. We think you may have gotten clipped by a car. Pepper was very social. Pepper liked to walk up and down the street and go to Smoots. Yeah.
That's how she got hit. She was chasing
Chasing insects, and a lot of them in spring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he did like to go down to Smoots and hang out when there were people down there. And so he'd go to that. And so we think he might have gotten clipped. We couldn't find him all day Wednesday and Wednesday night, but I came by Thursday morning early, and he was laid out back here where he normally lays. And so we took him to Dr. Hickman, and
oh, she's wonderful.
she took an X-ray, and his hips was dislocated. So we figured he must have got clipped. It was no blood or anything else. You couldn't really tell anything, but you could tell he wasn't himself, and he couldn't really stand up. But she gave him fluids and all that, and we thought he was going to be okay. But then by Friday,
a lot of times they'll rally, and then it just didn't.
His kidneys started
so
failing,
much,
and by Saturday morning, there was nothing else they could do. He was in kidney failure, and so
we know they
we had to put him down, and we hated it, and we have him buried back behind the tree back there, and one of the girls, Kaylin, has her memorial and all that back there. So we've got him here with us, and we still have Roni, though.
So
he's
in
still
honor of Roni, I noticed, can you share this, Michael? That a legacy of love, loyalty, and whiskers. It says, this campaign began as a partnership between 2 inseparable brothers, Pepper and Roni, running together for Pet Mayor. However, we shared that they crossed the Rainbow Bridge. So Roni is continuing on the campaign,
on the campaign
for the
trail.
2 of them.
Yeah, we were going to have a 2 for 1, slogan or whatever, two for the price of one mayor, but he's continuing on his own. And
so Roni, being now the spokesperson for the pair, does he have any particular causes within Natchez that he wants to champion as the potential pet mayor or a member of political office?
Obviously, spay and neuter. We got with that litter and others around here, we got 14 of them fixed last summer. 14 cats.
14 cats through the spay and neuter program.
There was a couple of them that were already here when we moved in, and the lady that had this place before us had built a catio back there. Kind of a cat condo. Kind of a cat condo, whatever, that's got some insulated ice chest with straw and all that, and for them to sleep in, and so we got about 14 of them fixed or whatever, and we've still got 5 or 6 that regularly pretty much hang out.
That come to the cat condo.
Yeah. Now we would also
They're
like
on the radar,
another thing he would champion would be just making sure people keep their dogs. We lost a cat or two. We lost our first cat, Binks, when a group of dogs was running loose in the middle of the night. And I know they do their best, and the places are full, and there's nowhere to keep them and all that. But, if people would spay and neuter and take care of the pets, we wouldn't have so many of them running around
I
loose.
must say, in Natchez, we have such a wonderful volunteer community and organizations that work together between Hoofbeats and Paw Prints and Spay Neuter Natchez and the rescue leagues.
Right.
So the Humane Society, it's nice to see that so many people work together.
Yeah, I know they do. I know they do their
topic.
best, and same thing with animal control and all that. But when you don't have any place to take them,
it's difficult.
It's difficult, and you got a lot of irresponsible people that don't take care of.
We definitely
their
want
pets
to encourage
or their
responsibility.
animals, and they dump them and everything else, and then it leaves it on somebody else. And
so on the political trail, what are some of Roni's characteristics, personality traits that makes him good for political office?
He's pretty social too. He's probably not quite as social as Pepper was, but he's pretty social, and he's pretty chill and laid back, and I guess he just.
Sometimes it would help if we just chill out a little bit.
Right.
Sometimes.
Yes.
So I think
definitely
that's a very
for sure.
good
He doesn't wander quite like Pepper did, but he does like to climb.
So he likes to
climb
stay
the trees.
close to home.
He likes to stay
Take care
close
of the
to
home
home.
front.
Take care of the home front. He does
Take
that.
care of downtown.
Yes, he
that
definitely
makes-
does that.
I like that. The last I wanted to mention was your amazing, wonderful, and awesome restaurant that you have here. How long has Wardo's been in this location and in business?
We'll be 3 years in August. I think it was August 20th or 22nd.
And it's a
It'll be
family
3
business,
years.
from
Family
what I
business.
understand.
My siblings, yeah. It's named after my brother Ward, who passed away in 2019 unexpectedly, and we started a scholarship in his name first, and we do a run every year in December, the second week in December, to fund that scholarship. And we do it right here, start at Wardo's and finish at Wardo's. And then we opened, they opened this, and we all kind of pitch in here and there, and got a good group of younger kids that have been working. Some of them have been working with us since we opened, pretty much. And he's probably laughing his tail off up there at us because other than my sister Jane and her husband Sam, who own a restaurant in Monroe, the rest of us are not really kitchen people or whatever.
Well, the po' boys
But it's
are
done well.
absolutely amazing.
They really
I know
are. We use the
my family and I,
Liedenheimer.
we
Yeah.
really, and it's the bread.
The Liedenheimer
too.
bread out of New Orleans.
That's the
and,
Liedenheimer out of New Orleans.
yeah.
And y'all make regular runs to New Orleans to
Yeah,
make sure
my brother
it's fresh.
does. Yeah, yes. He actually meets the lady in Baton Rouge, and she comes over from New Orleans, and he meets her there.
Meets up,
Yeah.
passes the bread, and comes,
Right, comes back.
If you have
Yes.
not yet tried Wardo's and their amazing po' boys and other menu items, strongly encourage.
Yes.
Any last words that Roni shared with you that he wanted you to let everyone know on his behalf? He is.
He
currently
really would like your
third
vote.
in the
Yes,
standings.
currently
He's
third.
third.
My family has always been very competitive. We don't like to lose. So we're gonna get out there and push the vote and see if we can't hop him on up there and be up there close to Hal, the horse.
Well, thank you so much. Well, and there's 30 or few votes separating those top
wow.
spots. So it is truly still anybody's race right
Yeah,
now. Like
yeah.
it is
Good.
it's not that far
Because we have to
spread.
win the 26th, I think, of
The
April.
26th, we're going to be down here. Thanks for mentioning that. On the bluff, there will be the groups in the Poochapalooza. We'll
And
have
all
a
that.
meet the
Okay.
candidates. It's going to be a really great time. We'll fill you in a little more about that coming up soon. But thank you so much for mentioning that.
I did buy a harness or whatever, and we're gonna get the
so-
girls to try to get him used to maybe being
Roni will be
and
available.
a harness
I
with a
love
leash.
it.
I don't know if he's gonna like it too much, but
I've heard of it,
but
but
we're gonna
never
try.
personally had a cat on a leash. We,
Yeah,
we
we'll
look forward to seeing
try it
that.
so we can get down there and visit. So
And
we'll see.
if not, you can always find him right here at Wardo's.
right here at
right?
Wardo's, yep, you sure can.
And a wonderful place to be it is. Y'all, thank you for tuning in. Please go to natchezpetmayor.com. Vote for Roni.